Hello everyone. My name's Michael Graves, and what I'm about to tell you happened 3 years ago, on one of the coldest, rainiest nights of my life. I had been driving for hours, trying to make it to my friend's place in London, but the storm was so bad that the roads were flooded in places. I decided to stop for the night at the first hotel I could find. That's how I ended up at the Ashford Hotel. From the outside, it looked ancient, narrow brick walls, tall windows, and an eerie glow spilling from the lobby. I was soaked to the bone when I stepped inside. The place smelled faintly of damp wood and something metallic, like old coins. Behind the front desk sat an elderly woman, her posture stiff, her eyes sharp. "Checking in?" she asked, her voice low and careful. "Yes," I said. "One night, Michael Graves." She hesitated before flipping open the registry. "We have a vacancy. Room 313. Something in her tone made me pause. "Is there something wrong with that room?" I asked. She forced a smile. "Superstition. Some guests say strange things happen there. But if you're not the superstitious type," I shrugged. "I'll take it." She slid a brass key toward me, the numbers 313 scratched into the tag so deeply they looked carved. The elevator was one of those old cage-style lifts that rattled and groaned as it rose. When I stepped out onto the third floor, the hallway felt darker than the others. The wallpaper was peeling at the edges, and the light bulbs hummed faintly. My room was at the very end of the hall. The door was heavy, painted a dull green, and the lock stuck for a moment before finally clicking open. Inside, the room was clean but still. The bed was neatly made, an armchair sat in the corner, and a tall mirror hung above the desk. The mirror's glass was slightly warped, bending reflections in strange ways. As I unpacked, I glanced at the mirror and froze. In the corner of the reflection, just behind me, there was a faint shadow. Not furniture. Human-shaped. When I turned around, the room was empty. I told myself it was the lighting, the rain, or my tired eyes. But when I looked back, the shadow was gone. That night, I woke around midnight to the sound of footsteps. Slow, deliberate, right outside my door. They stopped in front of room 313, and there was silence. Then came 3 soft knocks. Knock. 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 The sound was almost polite. I swallowed hard. "Who's there?" I called out. No answer. I approached the door but didn't touch the handle. Peering through the peephole, I saw an empty hallway. I didn't sleep much after that. Every time I closed my eyes, I swore I could hear faint whispers. In the morning, I went downstairs for coffee. The woman at the desk gave me a curious look. "How was your night, Mr. Graves?" "Fine," I lied. "Just a little noisy." Her lips tightened. "The third floor has been empty for months, apart from you." My stomach dropped. "What about the footsteps?" She didn't answer right away. "Keep your door locked at night," she said quietly. "And don't answer if someone knocks." I spent most of the day outside. By the time I returned, the sky was black again. When I unlocked my door, I froze. My suitcase, which I had left neatly packed, was open. Clothes were scattered across the bed. Someone had been in my room. That night, the knocking started earlier, around 10 p.m. 3 knocks, then the handle moved. I saw it twitch, turning slightly, like someone was trying to open the door slowly. My heart pounded. I wedged the desk chair under the handle and sat on the bed, waiting. Hours passed, but the feeling of being watched didn't go away. When I finally drifted off, I had a dream. I was standing in the hallway, facing my door. The numbers 313 were smeared with something dark. A woman's voice whispered behind me, "Don't look inside." But in the dream, I turned the handle anyway. Inside was a single chair, facing the mirror. And sitting in the chair, was me. Only my reflection was smiling in a way I never could. The next day, I told the woman at the desk I wanted to check out. She shook her head. "You can't leave until you've stayed the full 3 nights." "I never booked 3 nights," I said. She slid the registry book toward me. My signature was there, clear as day, under check-in, 3 nights. My hands went cold. "This isn't my handwriting." She closed the book. "Sometimes the hotel decides for you." That final night, the knocking started as soon as the sun went down. Louder this time, more urgent. I stayed away from the door, but then I heard another sound, the slow creak of the wardrobe door opening. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The wardrobe was empty. But when I looked in the mirror, it wasn't. A man was standing inside it. He was pale, with sunken eyes and a grin that stretched far too wide. He raised a finger to his lips. "Shoo." I spun around. The wardrobe was empty. But in the mirror, he was closer, right behind me. The light flickered. The reflection smiled wider. And then the mirror shattered. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on the bed. Morning light streamed through the curtains. The mirror was whole again. My clothes were neatly packed. When I went downstairs, the lobby was empty. No old woman. No staff. Outside, the street was silent. But when I looked up at the 3rd floor window of room 313, I saw him, the pale man, grinning, holding up a brass key. They say the Ashford Hotel closed years ago after a guest was found dead in room 313, sitting in a chair facing the mirror, smiling. I don't know if I ever really checked out. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear it. Knock. Knock. Knock.